Good morning, guys. How are we all doing? So I'm Dan from Trading with Dan, and this is our Bitcoin morning update. So if you guys wouldn't mind smashing that like button, and we shall go straight over to those Bitcoin charts. So yeah, Bitcoin on the 4 hour. We are currently above that. Well, basically 50,000 level. We did have another wick down yesterday in towards this $46,000 level. I think we literally just didn't manage to tick the 46 handle. Looks like we got a front run ever so slightly, but we are still at a decision point for Bitcoin. Like I said, we've got this trend line. We've got this important horizontal here, which we will, for the sake of giving ourselves a bit of leeway. Well, it's not leeway. It's actually further we'll need to go. We'll call it 53,000. Bitcoin has got to confirm 4-hour closes above 53,000. And that is the first step of our two-step plan for all-time highs, and the second step of which being closing 4-hour candles above 58.5. So obviously we're a long way from that. First off, we've got this trend line, which you could draw it in different places. You could draw it in not different places, but different angles. So hard to judge that one exactly. This horizontal sort of area we could potentially draw in. We may actually do that because it does potentially look a little bit more like it's more of an area. So I know it's kind of the middle of the range, but middle of this range here, but I think we will now draw it in as an area, because I think it pretty much comes in about here. So if we then draw, if I can then quickly draw the rectangle in there, I know it's on this one. Here it is. Draw the rectangle in here. Yeah, this is the level. This is obviously the level we've got to stay above. Where we are at present just above it at the moment. Obviously you've got plenty of time to go into this candle, but yeah, we've got this important level. Got to get back up with this one. I guess we could call it a 3-step plan now. Got to get it back above and hold this level. Then we've got to get back above 53,000. Then we've got to get above 58,500. So I'm not basically saying Bitcoin is necessarily going to do those things. I mean, we clearly are in a downtrend now. We have a high, a low, a clear lower high, and a clear lower low. Although I will point out, not on a 4-hour candle closing basis. So on a 4-hour candle closing basis, we don't actually have a lower low. So yeah, make of that what you will, but clearly this wick was pretty savage. What I would potentially say, just add a bit of hopium to what I'm saying. This was obviously an Elon market manipulated move. So you could potentially suggest that this move did come further down than it probably should have done, and therefore is now consolidating maybe further down than it should have done. Like I said, it didn't close a candle lower than this close here. So you could, if you wanted, to put on the blinkers and just be a bull, kind of say, well, that's obviously pretty good then. Realistically, you could probably class this as a higher low relative to this low here, obviously providing we don't make a new closing for our candle low, and that, yeah, we're just a higher low. Obviously got pushed down a bit further by good old Elon, and yeah, looking all good for a nice rally onwards to the top of the channel again. You could make the argument, and it isn't too much of a stretch in all fairness. So yeah, there is some hopium, but realistically we're looking at these horizontals. Hold basically above 50,000, hold above 53,000, hold above 58,500, and then bingo, bull run is on. Clearly the downside is obviously we don't hold above 53,000, we come back down, yeah, and then potential lose this level. I think we've had quite a lot of a move in one go though, and I do think we are at the very least, even if we are going to test more downside, come down to low 40Ks, maybe even take out 40K, I do think we are still probably going to tighten within this range, with if the bear case scenario is to play out, potentially 53,000 being a staunch resistance. Maybe we get some wicks above, maybe we get like a few 4-hour candles, maybe even a day or so above, but we struggle and then come back down and then print a symmetrical triangle, which we then eventually break down and come down. That would be how I would expect the downside to play out. If we are to see the downside, I don't expect just a catapult straight downwards from here, because nothing comes down in a straight line apart from Bitcoin dominance. So yeah, but yeah, so not looking too good for Bitcoin, but we know what we need to do. We know what we've got to watch out for. So yes, how is our all-important Ethereum Satoshi pairing looking? It is looking good. It is looking good. So this is all I really care about. So yeah, this is looking good. Like I said, we've got this target up here. I will be looking to take risk off at this target, but clearly that risk will then probably be transferred into actual Bitcoin value as opposed to fiat value, as opposed to USDT, on the basis that I mean, Bitcoin is quite low, so now I am expecting, if this is to hit this level and pull back, it will be in conjunction with Bitcoin regaining these levels and making a move to the upside. That would be my bias, but that is just a crystal ball bias. Don't obviously hold me to that. We could basically get the catapult down in Bitcoin, Bitcoin getting hit hard in Ethereum, and then come up here, at which point I would be better off in fiat rather than BTC value. But at some point I am expecting a pullback in this, and obviously at that point it would be better being in BTC, wouldn't it? Because well, it would be outperforming, and especially if it is outperforming in an upwards move. So yeah, there we go. Looking good though, still looking good. Let's look at the USD pairing. Yeah, that is this is obviously looking a lot better than Bitcoin is, as you can see. Populating price action out of this high. Could we call this we're forming a diamond formation? Maybe, but I wouldn't look into that too much. All I would really say is we are holding this level, tested it, came down again, and I mean, it's looking good. This was clearly a 4-hour 9 until it reversed up and then printed into a 1. But yeah, Ethereum USD looking good. I mean, hence why this pairing is still looking good. Dollar index looking to come back down, as I was kind of expecting this would. So yeah, we've got that tailwind. Are stocks recovering? Yes, stocks are recovering. I mean, we spoke about this big move down, so clearly it had the potential to drag Bitcoin down with it, and now it is recovering, so clearly it's got the potential to drag Bitcoin up with it. So yeah, let's just bear that in mind. How is Tesla doing? How is this clown doing? What market manipulation scam is he going to do? What trade is he going to be able to pull off to try and keep his company afloat? Yeah, this is not looking good though. This is not looking good. This is looking like a high, a dead cat bounce, and we come in to take out these levels again. So yeah, let's all. I mean, this is nothing to. I don't want to come across like I have all this all of a sudden new hatred for Elon Musk because of his just recent shenanigans, and I loved him when he was pumping Bitcoin. I've always disliked the guy. So it's nothing new, and you guys all know that anyway. So anyway, let's look at this. Worst chart in crypto, just absolutely wrecked. Whenever they talk about, oh well, dollar value doing well, bloody blur. I mean, basically, you still would have been better off just holding Ethereum, because now we are way below that opening level. So yeah, just the worst chart in crypto. And Peter or no one at Wise can basically say anything about me for pointing out the fact that this is just a disgusting looking chart, and as of yet, price action is indicating they are an abject failure. And without even looking at the BSC Wise, I am under the impression, from what I've heard, that is not looking too good either. So they need to sort out things like maybe sort out the lending, maybe sort out some actual useful stuff rather than just cash grabs on other chains. Yeah, and telling people we're gonna raise 200,000 BNB, the biggest raise now. I mean, I don't understand why I was even saying that, saying we're gonna do something that you haven't even done, you don't know you're gonna do, and basically you don't do. It turns out, like, I just don't really understand I don't really understand. But anyway, let's finally. Well, we've had some few rants. I know some of you guys like the rants, not any major ones though. But anyway, let's have a look at the stochastics. How are they looking? Are they gonna get us? Are they gonna get us to this 53,000? Like I said though, 53,000 is just a is a prime candidate for a new lower high, at which point we can get rejected and put in a lower low. So we've got to be careful. We've got to watch out for that. But you could, like I said, look at the fact that we're going to regain this this channel after this fake out below based on some market manipulation, and then once we do regain that swing failure back up, we will basically be targeting the top of the channel, which will be all-time highs. That is a legitimate argument. But yeah, 4 hour coiling up, looking to decide where to go. Clearly, if it starts moving to the upside, it has a lot of room to run. We will just wait for 10 hour, which one day it did load up quickly, but not today. Yeah, this is obviously coming down still, so it has the potential to turn back up if price action holds above 50 and starts to move up. 12 hour is turning back up as well, could give us some momentum. Daily still coming down, got room to run. 2 days still coming down, got room to run. 3 days turn back down. 5 days pointing down. Weekly is still pointing down. Bi-weekly is pointing down, and monthly is pointing down. So there is a lot of work to do, but this 10, 12 hour and daily, well, not so much the daily, but 10 and 12 hour, these could potentially, well, you would kind of say get us to 53,000, and then like I said, it will be a pretty big test for Bitcoin to get back above that, because that will be the second step, at which point we'll be looking a lot better back in the channel, and then after a potential swing failure below them, we'll be looking to target the top of the channel. But like I said, it is a big ask. It is a big ask, and we are still currently clearly postured in a bearish fashion. But don't forget, money printing, all that cool stuff is continuing unabated. The dollar is pretty much probably still wrecked. So Bitcoin has got every chance of still continuing upwards. And like I said, the bull run realistically for me isn't in, well, either over or in serious jeopardy until we get below 40,000. So still quite a way away from that. So yeah, there you go, guys. Other than that, I do not have too much else to tell you guys. So yeah, thank you for listening. Remember, this is not a financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Always do your own research. Happy Friday, everybody. Hope you guys have got great weekends planned, and I shall speak to you guys soon.